Enfin, au bout de 1 heure et demie,
Damn
on va
it.
enfin se battre.
Lenniget's soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Well, so much for them not wanting to fight.
Ho! I am Lord Dohalim of Elden Menexia. I command you.
Threats to the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they got one.
Got my shield!
The enemy wields arms too.
You'll soon see about that.
731.
Glacial spear. Here's evil.
Be still!
Brave Lancer.
In a bind.
Shield. Radiant here.
Burn! Begin! You're mine!
Be still!
Locked and loaded.
Bon bah ça va XP de ouf hein, maintenant.
Ready and ready. Power of flame. Vanish with fire. Came confiscated.
Be still! Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno! Rising Falcon!
Regenerate!
Destruction! We're not finished! Rising Falcon! Lightning Snap! I'm ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Glacial spear.
Demon
Be
Blade!
still! Rising Falcon!
No dawn shall break this night.
Not today! Be still!
Let the marksman handle this.
Be still!
I'll face you.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lennigus hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lennigus before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Et là, enfin d'avoir un nouveau monstre. Oh putain, encore des monstres en quête de ski. Wow.
Take this!
Lightning Thrust!
Now you see what I can do!
Rising Falcon!
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
Falcon! I owe you one.
Shield from
Be
calamity.
still! Barrier! Be still! Take this!
Dance on the wind.
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll pick it up.
Not today! Lightning Thrust!
Can't get out of this.
Be still! Rising Falcon! Rising Falcon!
Benediction.
In here!
You're mine!
I'll be saving this one! Light astral energy! More with that serum!
Being interrupted.
Rising Falcon!
Begin! Now you see what I can do!
Waterfall! Who's in the sky? Clean line!
In a bind. Thanks.
Dance in the wind!
Eater!
Air thrust!
You're mine!
Too much to handle?
Rising
Chain between
Falcon!
heaven and earth! Now! Astral energy!
Say no more!
On change un peu d'arté. pas débloqué. Non. Hop.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright,
Je suis level combien là? Oh putain, ça doit bien XP alors.
shiny mood.
Oh, vous êtes sérieux? Ah bah c'était ça que j'ai vu tout à l'heure.
Treat if you know what's good for you. No answer being interrupted. Denied! A wall to shield from
I think
calamity.
I'll pass on the handshake. Lightning orb! Lightning! Hear me! Flame of fury!
I have no limits.
Ready and ready.
Coming through. Ha! Now.
Encore un style d'un monstre qu'on a déjà vu. Génial l'originalité. J'espère qu'on a un monstre. Attends. Aussi fort que le vrai en vrai. Putain. Voire plus fort.
Allow me to help you.
Ah, peut-être pas si fort en fait.
Be still. Coming through. Ha! Now. Scarlet Inferno.
Here, let me help. First aid!
I can carve through armor.
Ha! Burn it hell. Be denied.
Allow me to help you.
Rising.
Allow me to help you.
Dazzle. You're mine. Struck.
It's over, son. Negative in a vine.
Dazzle.
Confiscating!
Rising Falcon. Dazzle. Rising Falcon.
Elusive deity.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free. Rising Falcon.
Ready and ready. Now you see what I can do. Elusive deity.
Rising Falcon. Be still. Rising Falcon.
Everlasting dust. Eagle ray.
Be still. Rising Falcon. Dazzle. You're mine. Rising Falcon. Burn. Be still. Rising
Anything in armor is all mine.
Dazzle.
I never miss!
Now we're not
Be still.
no further.
Rising Falcon. This one's all mine.
Air thrust!
Rising Falcon.
You with the dust.
To the shadows!
Dance in the wind.
Art steel!
Rising
Not in your
Falcon.
dreams!
Flaming thrust.
Annihilation!
Rising Falcon.
Burning!
Dazzle. Here I come. Be still.
Radiant
In
light.
here!
Force of regeneration. Shine. Radiant light. Force of regeneration.
Kisara.
Putain, il a galéré à mourir.
Phoenix Cyclone.
Je dois être reparti au moins 10 000 points d'XP.
Remember
300.
to tell me if you
Bah
need
oui.
healing.
Ah, vous êtes des radins de bâtards en plus avec les
I
bonus.
expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.
Discourteous son. Can't get out of this.
I owe you one. Out of the way.
Nothing gets by me. Shield from calamity.
Not today. Fancy one, eh? Be still. Be still.
Its armor's too strong.
It'll split it open.
Be my guest. Rising Falcon.
Benediction light.
Dazzle.
In the wind! Air thrust!
Hold that. You're mine. Dazzle. Rising Falcon.
An astral arch.
That's my cue! This one's mine!
Shut him down.
And you can't get out of this.
Lightning thrust.
Elusive deity.
Coming through. Ha! Now. Scarlet Inferno.
I'll heal you all!
Be still.
Anything in armor is all mine. Mission.
Be still. Rising Falcon.
On your
Destruction.
I'll pull myself together. Will this help?
Rising Falcon.
Confiscating!
Lightning thrust. Rising Falcon!
Need to pull myself together. Radiant here. Ready to go. In here.
We're not finished! Lightning thrust!
Ça fait du bien de combattre des monstres quand même. Oh putain. Pardon. Putain, il claque les yeux d'orange.
Take this!
Now.
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Putain, j'ai oublié.
You made us work for that one.
Vive la vérité, il y a tous les monstres ici, mais en alpha, en vert.
This should be easy. Let me see what I can do!
They really don't give up, do they?
Be still! You're mine!
Not in your dreams.
I'm not done!
Will this help?
Lightning thrust!
Now.
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Will this help? The win.
On your
In here.
Ah merde, j'ai pas désactivé le micro comme un con.
Ignite! Damn it! Be still! Air pressure! Rising! Behold! The earth pulse! Tectonic fission! Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah! No further! Rising Falcon!
Now.
Chisora! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Encore ce petit pour le plus qui rapporte.
Aren't you?
Franchement. Voilà.
Come forth and heal and subdue.
Let's end this
Time
and
to
get a
cross
bite to eat
blades.
instead.
Ah, ça rapporte quand c'est monstre, c'est gâche. Ça booste mon combo, mais bas les couilles.
No
Here's the
choice!
healing arc.
Lightning thrust! Now you see what I can do! Rising Sun!
A chain between heaven and earth.
Lightning thrust!
These ones can run rings around us. Far enough.
Rising
Let the marksman handle this. Where are you going?
Sun!
I'll be saving
No
this one.
further!
Searing a chain between heaven and earth.
Be
A
still!
wailing banshee of lightning.
Rising
Here's a healing arc.
This is looking good! Be still! Rising Falcon!
Chain between heaven and
Be
earth.
still! Rising Falcon!
Here's glacial spear. Here's a hand to the
Lightning
wind.
thrust!
In here. More for the
You're mine! No further! Try harder! My turn! I'm not done!
Annihilation.
Rising Falcon! Be
Burning.
still!
Glacial spear.
The flame inside me! Your time to let it rip! Down on the ground! Lightning thrust! Rising Falcon! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Shine! Radiant light! Lightning thrust!
Come forth. Healing from purity.
Burn!
Annihilation. Far enough.
Be
Here.
still!
Stream of fury.
Down! I'm ready! In an instant! Impact block!
With this, I can become even stronger.
through! Engaging! Damn it! Rising Falcon!
I'm the true gunslinger around here. Here's a healing arc. A chain between corners. A wailing
Be still! Rising
No
Falcon!
further!
Be still! Thunder in hell! Lightning thrust! Rising Falcon!
Ancient deity! Pieces! Attack time!
Rising Falcon! Be still! Take this! Rising Falcon! Be still!
Hear my call.
Take this!
Be still!
Here's the evil.
Rising Falcon! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Rising Falcon! Burn!
Healing circle.
Lightning thrust!
Confiscated.
Damn it! Rising Falcon!
Do it. Astral energy.
Say no more! Lightning thrust! Rising Falcon!
Better incantation ruin!
Rising Falcon! Fall back! Lightning thrust!
In here.
Dazzle!
I'll be saving this one.
Finish! Lightning thrust!
I put them wrong.
Listen!
Rising Falcon!
I burn through armor!
Lightning thrust! Rising Falcon! I'm not done!
Healing circle.
It's on! Lightning thrust! Rising Falcon! Dazzle! Rising Falcon!
Here's the evil.
Take this!
Now.
Move!
Astral energy.
Say
Bon.
no more!
Non, avec l'après-midi que j'ai joué, vous êtes à je sais pas combien d'heures de stream aujourd'hui.
Been doing really great lately.
Discourteous, aren't you?
You picked the wrong fight!
Not on my watch.
You're mine!
Far enough.
Rising
You
Falcon!
won't bow out
In a
nice.
bind?
Then you leave me no choice.
Dazzle!
Lunar corruption.
Rising Falcon! Do it again!
Steel force.
Rising Falcon!
Ready and ready! I can carve through armor!
Chain between heaven and earth.
Rising coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing arc.
Be still! Rising the flame inside me yearns to be let free! Try harder! My turn!
Not on my watch.
Rising Falcon!
If it's in the sky, it's mine.
Can't get out of this!
Lightning thrust! Rising Falcon!
Magic
Be still!
I must remember my limits.
Lightning thrust!
in here.
Rising Falcon!
Bring you back. Saving this one.
Strike! I'm not done!
Leave the charges to me.
Prediction light.
Not today!
Hear my call.
Lightning thrust! Rising Falcon!
Here's the evil.
Rising Falcon!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Lightning is not corruption. Not in your dreams.
Carve through armor!
Be still!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
On your knees!
Dazzle!
Shining
Rising
Inferno.
Falcon! It's on! Rising Falcon!
Take this!
Burn!
Shine! Radiant light!
Rising thrust!
Regeneration!
Rising Falcon! Be still! We're not dead!
Hear my call. A chain between heaven and earth.
Be still!
A wailing dance.
Rising Falcon! Be
Raging
still!
cascade by the power of
Rising Falcon!
Denied!
Be still!
air thrust.
Anything in armor is all mine!
I'm ready!
Astral energy.
Say no more! Lightning thrust! Rising Falcon!
Armor won't save you!
Be still! Here I come!
More of
Strike!
the stockpile.
Rising Falcon!
You're quite the gunslinger.
Ah, je commence
Don't worry.
à
I
kiffer.
got your back.
En plus, j'ai le goût du violet de raisin. Ça, c'est parfait. Et il faut que je... Ah, 1600 gold. Je sais pas où on va, mais tant que j'ai pas un truc pour soigner, je me dis, on peut y aller. De toute façon, j'ai pas fait gaffe s'il y avait un truc pour me soigner.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Et là, il se passe rien. Ah, si, quand même.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for. Let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
Et là, c'est Naori, boss final.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Là, c'est le seul
Yeah,
paysage.
that's right.
Boss final,
She
j'ai
really
aucune
does look
putain
like
d'idée qui c'est.
Shion. I'm beginning
Ça
to
peut être
see why
Valorant qui
Alfred
revient.
was so confused.
Ça peut
That's
être
all
la femme
very
en
well
rouge.
and fine, but what did we
Ah
just
oui.
witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegus. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah, it was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Ah. 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 Ça pue le boss. Ça pue le boss. Ça pue le boss. C'est quoi? Ah oui. Ça pue le boss. Ah non.
Faria, how did you get in here?
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
Ils vont pas oser. Oh, on dirait une sorte de... Je ne sais quoi.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power
We
when...
can talk later. Here it comes.
On dirait un extraterrestre dans Metroid Prime.
What? I've never known Faria to control Zoogles like that before.
How about with the stone that looks suspiciously
Quoi?
like a
Un
magic
sixième
stone?
seigneur? Doit des ténèbres.
Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Zoogle. Then we get some answers. Aim for the weak spot.
Here's the evil.
Dazzle!
Freeze laser. The flame roar.
Dazzle!
Burning thunder. Hear my call.
Flaming thrust! I'll smash you! Rising focus!
Mega ray. Denied.
Flaming thrust!
Rising
Rising
can't have it in her.
You picked the wrong fight.
Calmez, oui.
No further. Flaming thrust. Rising falcon.
I never miss.
Flaming thrust.
Rising annihilation. Flame of fury. Water astral
Shattering
pieces.
Be still.
Take this. Here's a healing art.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free.
Lightning orb.
Flaming thrust. Captivity. Rising falcon. Flaming thrust. Rising falcon.
A wailing dancing
Now,
lightning.
while it's reeling.
Take it down.
Bloody hell. It's over. Radiant light. Regeneration.
Lightning orb.
Carve through armor. Take this. Keep charging us.
That's what my shield does. Get behind me.
I'll leave it to you.
Avec une duel, ça devient n'importe quoi le combat avec les magies.
Not today.
Sleep now. I'll be saving this one.
Elusive being.
Corruption.
Rising falcon.
Allow me to help.
You're mine.
Being interrupted.
Don't give up. Flame of fury. Burning. Glacial steel. Raging cascade. Freeze blade.
Shattering up
Where are you going?
Rising
Here
falcon.
goes. Save you. Not on my watch. Will this help? Dance in the wind.
Rising falcon.
Sleep now. Hurricane strike. Healing
Lightning
circle.
thrust.
Lightning
I owe you one.
Here's some.
Be still. Be still. Burn.
Lightning attack. Do it. Make it break. Astral energy.
Say no more. Flaming thrust.
Switch to offense.
Rising falcon.
Lightning meteor.
Dazzle.
Inferno.
Rising falcon.
Waterfall.
Look sharp.
Crescent moon. Flare corruption. Cast in the wind.
Trigger blade.
Astral
Knock it
sword.
up.
Mega ray. Chain between heaven and earth.
Ready and ready.
A wailing lightning.
Dazzle.
Now you see what I can do.
Mirage.
Lower the stockpile.
Be still. Coming through. Ha!
Ça va le calmer un peu.
Scarlet Inferno.
Here's a healing art. Stars of light.
I owe you one.
Shield and flame. Raging cascade. Searing flame. She must be handled.
Rising falcon.
Here's a healing art. In the wind.
I don't feel so hot.
You should sit this one out then.
I miss all the fun.
Rising
No
falcon.
way.
Burn in hell.
Earth malevolent.
Be still.
Here, let me help. In here.
Come on.
Flaming thrust.
Anything in armor is all mine. I can carve through armor.
If it's in the sky, it's mine. Thanks so much.
Meteor.
Inferno.
Rising falcon.
Here's a healing
Be
art.
still.
You made me angry.
Oh, ce serait bien qu'on flash son attaque ultime là.
Piercing roar. Ready to go. Fire it up.
Be still.
I'm ready to go.
Rising. This one's all mine. You picked the wrong fight.
Going in. A wailing dancing of light. We can take
This ends now.
I can carve through armor.
Rising falcon.
Going in. Here I go.
Dazzle.
Dazzle.
Rising falcon. Be still. This is looking good. Rising. We've got him on the run.
Don't get cocky.
Right. Still anyone's fight.
I won't give up. Deny.
Stay away from my friend. Be still.
I can't lose.
Rising falcon.
Radiant flow.
Lightning thrust.
Lightning all
Flame
raging
inside me yearns to be let free.
Here goes.
Here comes the big one.
Armor won't save you.
I'll bring you back from death to life.
Kim.
Oh, fais chier. 20 minutes non, c'était Renewal. Mal, parce que Kisara vient d'être KO.
You want
I'm ready. Where are you going?
try harder! You paid for that!
I could do this
Here's
all
a
day.
healing art.
Be still!
First aid.
Eh putain, eh.
Rising Falcon!
Eagle Fly. Mega Ray. Back into the
Flaming Thrust!
Mega Ray.
Rising Falcon!
Will this help?
Eagle Fly! Be still!
Talon Storm.
Rising
Healing.
Falcon! Rising...
I have to train
Be
harder.
still!
Hurricane.
Rising...
Need to pull myself. This one is mine.
Be still! Hold nothing back! Dazzle! Coming through! Ha! Now!
J'espère que ça va suffisamment le calmer.
Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing art.
Eat
First
your...
aid. Walking.
Be still! Rising Falcon!
I'll bring you back from death a bit.
Lightning Thrust! Rising Falcon!
Do it.
Putain, c'était chaud, hein. C'était chaud. À la fin, c'était chaud. Et voilà, il se passe des trucs intéressants au bout de 2 heures.
Now it's just her! Faria, can you hear me? Faria!
She's preparing
On va pas
another
continuer.
summoning. The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more.
Dohalim!
Forgive me.
Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case,
I'll take her off your hands.
You?
Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong. Kelzalik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almadria. As for Tarnigan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
You can't atone, Dohalim. I know it hurts to hear, but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that. Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already past, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Shion,
Huh?
thank you. You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Faria.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much.
Do you think Faria was really
Certainly seemed that way.
The same person who's behind all of this.
Brainwashed or otherwise.
Someone used her because they knew we'd...
It does tell us one thing at least.
There's no question.
By someone capable of...
Voilà. Un CZ qui sert à rien. Dire, contrôlé par un Forme-Rouge, mais oui, t'es contrôlé par le Forme-Rouge.
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah. It's that voice.
La voix qu'elle entend, c'est peut-être Naori, hein.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
Ah mais on va savoir ce qui s'est passé.
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
Ah.
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her. It reminds me of Shion's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe...
Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that?
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure!
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Let's keep moving.
Donc le boss
If it's
final,
Dana's will showing us these
elle est
memories,
dans Shion.
and I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
Shion's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really are Naori's memories we're watching, there could be truths in them I was never aware of. And I
Là, ce
think
genre de cinématique, je le
they
kiffe.
may be the kinds of truths
Pas
I
de-
need to
pas de blabla
confront
pour
if we're
rien.
going to keep fighting.
I'm sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
Finally, we begin to
J'ai appuyé
understand
sur la
what the
sonnette, mais c'est
thorns
pas
are.
grave.
Yes, and their source. A ceremony that occurred 3 centuries ago.
But we still don't know how to get rid of them. I just hope we can find a way. Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shion's thorns. I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens.
Attends.
Just need a little-
Waouh. Une. On va regarder la scénette.
That vision we saw. It was as if it was meant specifically for us.
What do
Et
you
les deux,
make of
quelque
it?
chose me dit qu'on arrive au boss
Do you still think
final.
the will of Dana might be involved somehow?
Maybe it's trying to tell us something. But what?
Well, it could be supernatural. You know, like seeing dead people, messages
Please, j'ai
from
le
beyond the
encore un coup,
grave,
parce que je bois trop.
ghost type stuff.
That's your grand theory? That we're being haunted? Come on, Law.
Wait. He might be closer to the mark than you think. What if a person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched into the ether of a place? And what if those were the connection?
You think that's what it was?
I am merely entertaining the possibility.
Okay, back up a sec. You're saying that if a place is full...
More to the point, how does that much astral energy gather?
Whatever it was, it survived here intact.
The strength of it.
Bon, je reviens, je vais pisser.